time for your MCR radio show. Sit back and get ready to party to the newest and hottest time hits on the planet. Now here's your host, Juan Mendoza.
All right. Thank y'all so much for being with us here at the MCR radio show. And it's not often that we get a little bit out of our element here. You know, we're always used to playing Tejano music and doing interviews with Tejano artists. But within the past few months, we've been breaking out of our element, and we love the old school. We love the oldie sound, and we love the soul and the R&B. And we found a recording label. They call themselves Coal Mine Records out there in Ohio. And they brought in a bunch of artists on their label that brought back the style of the soul 70s and 60s style. And we have one of their artists online. He's from California. And right now, of course, he's in Nashville, Tennessee, doing some work with some other artists. And we have on the line Mr. Kelly Finnegan. How you doing, sir?
I'm wonderful. Hello to everybody, and thank you for having me today. Appreciate it.
Good. So how's the weather out there in Tennessee? Is it raining out there?
It was raining yesterday. It's kind of chilly today, but actually it's been overall pretty nice for the last few days while I've been here. So I'm lucky. Not too cold, not too rainy, just right.
Did you catch any of that storm from last night?
Yeah, it definitely hit us. It cleared up by the time the evening came, but we definitely got some rain yesterday during the afternoon.
Nice. So you've been an artist for going on 10 years, probably longer than that, but 10 years as far as, like, you had a group called the Monophonics. You still with that group?
Of course, yeah, definitely. We got a new record coming out on Coal Mine on March 13th.
Nice.
Yeah.
How would you describe the music? I mean, because you know it's the same style like back in the late 60s, the 70s, the soul, the R&B. Would you say that it's making a comeback, or has it always been there and just people taking notice again?
I wouldn't per se say it's making a comeback. You know, there's been artists doing, more of a 60s, 70s influence type soul R&B for a little while now, almost, coming up on just about 20 years. But at that time, it definitely was making a comeback. My sound, personally, is soul music. It's rhythm and blues. It's whatever you want to call it. R&B, doo-wop, gospel. There's lots of little things that I like to include in my music, but it's basically just straight up soul music. It's definitely influenced more by, like you said, artists from the 1960s and the 1970s. And that's just the style of soul I'm attracted to. I love all music. I love all genres and the decades and the time. That vibe speaks to me the most.
Nice. Now, did you grow up listening to all this music, or did just something hit you later on in the years?
No, I grew up in a house where rhythm and blues and gospel and soul and jazz were pretty much what we listened to. My parents didn't listen to like Led Zeppelin or the Beatles or Creedence Clearwater. They listened to like Etta James, Mahalia Jackson, Marvin Gaye, Ray Charles.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, I read like a bio or something that your father was a musician and he played with a bunch of artists as well.
Yeah, he's still a musician. He's still active today. He's not quite as active because he's getting a little older. But yeah, he's played with Jimi Hendrix to, like I mentioned before, Etta James to, he's just played with a lot of people. Crosby, Stills and Nash, Michael McDonald, Cocker, Bonnie Raitt, Ringo Starr. I mean, lots, like basically name somebody. He's probably maybe played with him or jammed with him.
Nice. Now, did you get into it after hearing his stories that he played with these artists, or did you just grow up wanting to be a musician?
No, I came to this very late. I was very intrigued by the studio, so I really wanted to be a part of like what was happening in the studio, but more from a producer. And then at that same time, I got like way into hip hop music, like hip hop from the 90s. So I was way into like hip hop production and stuff, and then through that, I kind of started to, just find all this older music that I had kind of heard, but it was definitely hitting me harder once I was a little older. It was just making more of an impact on me, the music and the stories and the lyrics. So I definitely wanted to be in music, but my goal was not to be a musician or a singer or be in bands. I just wanted to produce records. And slowly, through getting into production, I taught myself how to play, the keyboards, piano, and organ. And then some years later, about 10 years ago, I started singing.
Nice.
So I'm still pretty new to singing when you consider 10 years is not that long ago.
No.
So yeah, I mean, like I said, I always wanted to be in music, but being an artist and whatnot was never really on the list. It just kind of happened naturally. So
Yeah. Now, did you have any like vocal coaching? I mean, starting to sing and everything? Because I noticed in a couple of your songs, your voice changes a lot. Like I was listening to "I Don't Want to Wait," and you got that rough style, and then you listen to songs like "Catch Me I'm Falling," and all of a sudden you jump to like a falsetto type of style.
nah, man, that's just me like coming from, like I said, I really think like a producer. Honestly, I'm not like these other artists because like I make my own records.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Everybody has like people around them helping them, writing, making. It's like I play a lot of the instruments, I produce the music, I record the music in my studio, I mix the music.
Mhm.
I help arrange strings and horns. So it's like the singing style is me looking at myself as a producer when I'm writing.
Nice.
Because that's how I look at it, you know what I mean? I look at the big picture, and I also just don't want to be boxed in where it's like, oh yeah, Kelly, he's a great singer, but he just really does this. It's like I try and use my voice like really as an instrument and try and stretch it. And like I said, it's still so new that was me basically being like, I mean, I love falsetto singing. Curtis Mayfield, from the Delphonics, Logie Robinson, of course. So it's like I love those dudes, and that was me just being like, man, I've been working on it for a couple years, just trying to get comfortable. So when I wrote "Catch Me I'm Falling," I was like, this is a perfect vehicle to kind of introduce this sound to people.
Now, a lot of the artists on Coal Mine Records have the same style, and a lot of it's more, soul funk, and a lot of it is more like the Delphonics type and the impressions and stuff like that. How is it to work with the group of people like that all work in the same record label?
I mean, everybody that I know or interacted with that's on Coal Mine, everybody's cool, man. We really support each other, and we really get along, and we're kind of just, we feel like we're a part of this great movement and a part of this family under Coal Mine. Obviously, meeting like-minded musicians, like-minded creative types is always encouraging and always fun. I think based off the fact that we're all doing really great work, that's inspiring and motivating in a healthy way. Competition is healthy, but it is art. I don't look at art as like this is the best or this is like it's art. It's an opinion. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not like Picasso's not better than Da Vinci, like blah blah. You know what I mean? Coltrane's not better than Wayne Shorter. It's like it's really who moves you. That gets to be your personal best.
Nice.
For you, but it's being on a label like Coal Mine, it's really a joy. And like I said, all the other bands and the other artists, very inspiring, and I'm happy to be a part of the family.
Nice. And you being from California and the record label being in Ohio, how does that interaction work? I mean, is it to where you the production side of it? Do you send them the tracks and the dummy tracks and everything else, and they work on the rest of it, or how does that work?
Well, they don't work on anything. That's what I'm saying is like,
oh, okay.
I make my records by myself. Man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's nobody else on Coal Mine who, I mean, I have Jimmy James who plays guitar on a song, and he plays in the Delvon Lamar organ trio.
Mm-hmm.
But that's kind of I have a guy who played congas on a song. Same thing. He's in a group called Jungle Fire, which has put out 45s on Coal Mine. So it's like there's a little bit of cross-pollination, but there's nobody at Coal Mine who's like producing or making my records. Like I make the records.
Full control.
I'm the producer. That's what I was saying earlier. There's nobody. There's only like one other dude out there who's doing that. Joey Quinones from The Sinceres.
Yes.
He's the only guy who's like producing the records. He's playing a lot of instruments. He's writing the songs. He's performing the songs. Like everybody else has a band. Everybody else has like Lee Fields has a producer.
Yes.
He has a band. You know what I mean? He doesn't make those records. He just shows up. He sings like a bad man that he is. I love Lee Fields. but he's not making those records. Whereas like I make my records.
Yes.
I'm not just a singer. Like that's what I mean. Like I really tell people when they ask me first what I do, I tell them I'm a record producer.
Nice.
Because that's kind of like that's what I love to do.
Okay.
So back to it, like my family is from Ohio.
Mm-hmm.
So when I first reached out to Terry, like I've known Terry 10 years. Back when Coal Mine was just like he was just a very small label being run out of his basement while Terry was a science teacher, because that's what Terry used to be, a biology teacher. Yep. And then he took the leap and opened the record store with his brother Bob, and Coal Mine started to flourish because of that. Mm-hmm. So I was very familiar with the Midwest in Ohio when I reached out to Terry, and we became friends, and I go out there and visit and hang out, and we work on stuff together. We're working on a record together right now that'll come out at the end of this year. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's easy, man. I mean, we talk, you know, he's a busy dude, I'm a busy dude, but we find time, and emails, phone calls, blah, blah, blah. We make it all work. And, it's kind of nice that I think that's part of the charm of Coal Mine, is that it's not in LA, it's not in New York, it's not in Nashville, it's not in Chicago. It's like it's in a very small town in Ohio, run by a family, basically. You know, it's like Terry and Bob are brothers. Their mom and their dad are very helpful in the shop. Terry's girlfriend, Whitney, who like shot the photography for my record. Nice. It's very much it's very much one of those things. Like that's why I think part of it's like it's very special. It's like people are really doing it out of the love for the music and just, you know, the fact that they're a family and they're friends and everybody's chipping in and contributing.
Yeah, I think it's pretty healthy that, you know, you get back to the basics of, you know, just being there for the music, not for the hype and the, you know, just the exposure of, you know, the glitz and the glamour and the glory and stuff like that. I think it's pretty cool that they're about the music and that's...
I mean, honestly, bro, like everybody wants, like we all know, like anything you do in life, you want to be successful.
Yes.
Like that's a given. But if your number one motive and the one thing that's driving you is success or fame or money,
yes,
hey man, more power to you. You can make it work. That's cool. I'm passionate about this. Like I wake up excited every day to make music. I make music every day. I don't, you know, you ain't gonna catch me at the club, or I don't really have a social life. I'm what they call a studio. Yeah. I love being in the studio. And I think that's the same with the Cole brothers, you know? Yes. They really love what they do. Selling records, making records, putting out records. They're definitely... But their dad was like a major 45 collector.
Yes.
So they really grew up around a lot of vinyl, and that you know, their dad was a big doo-wop collector.
Nice.
So yeah, man, the roots run deep with those cats, and I'm really blessed to be able to work with someone who I really do call a friend. You know, like I said, I've known Terry almost 10 years, and I think we're friends first, and that's an important element in the relationship.
Awesome. I was going to mention that the 45s part, because I know, you know, nowadays, especially within the past year, I keep seeing a lot of posts and a lot of things that vinyl's making a big comeback, and I believe it is, because I've seen a lot of people now going out to buy vinyl and stuff like that. Did you ever see yourself, you know, selling vinyl of your own music?
I mean, yeah, like I said, I grew up in my house, like vinyl was a thing. My dad played records, you know, that's my generation. I'm a little older. I grew up with tapes and CDs, but I was buying records. You know, I bought Thriller on vinyl when I was a kid. And other records. So it's like, and then by the time I was 13, 14, I actually became a vinyl DJ. I would go around and DJ dances at middle schools for other kids, and that was vinyl. They'd show up with the crates and the turntables, the mixer, and like do it up. So I think once I started making original music, like at that time, of course, having it on CD was cool because that's kind of what everybody was buying.
Yeah.
But I still was like, oh, we got to get it on vinyl, you know? So when I started pressing up more music to vinyl, and especially 45, of course, it's thrilling, it's exciting, it's a special, you know, it's a special media, it's a special way to listen to records. Downloading and streaming and all that, you know, it's cool, I get it, I understand. But there's something special about like holding a record and looking at the artwork and reading the credits and seeing who played on it or where it was recorded or the process, the pictures and everything. So I think it's a really, I'm really happy to see that people are embracing it and labels are flourishing that sell vinyl. I think I saw recently that last couple of years vinyl has outsold CDs across the board all over the world. So that's encouraging. I love seeing that people understand something that was popular and was like the standard back, 40, 50 years ago. Yeah. Now has returned and people are like, oh yeah, I can see why people like this. I think that's exciting because it is special, Yeah. Not to, like I said, not to listen to music, but because tapes, I love tapes too, because there's something special about making a mixtape, giving it to a friend or a girl or, what I mean? We all have those memories. Yeah. Making that mixtape for that crush. Yeah. Or just like the homie, like, oh, you haven't heard this? Like, you got to check this out. I mean, I love the same thing. I love turning people on to new music. It's part of why we all love music is finding new stuff. Yeah,
I think the thing special about 45s and 33s is the fact that it feels like you're holding that. You're holding it, of course, but there's no fast forward, there's no rewind, there's no pause, exactly. There's no skipping. True. You gotta put the needle down directly on that little spot to start the song and just let it go. And I think you have more of appreciation for the song itself. When you just listen to it and watch it spin around and stuff.
Yeah, man, and like there's the thing about when you think about vinyl and like records, is like it goes back to what I was saying, which is like when I'm making a record or making a batch of songs, like I think about that. Like I want these songs to coexist and complement each other. Like I'm building a whole statement, like a 35 to 40 minute long story. Yeah. I don't think about just like one song individually. It's like when I'm making a record, it's like it's like you said, I want people to put the needle down. And then and then that first side is over, and they just walk over and flip it over, and they put the next one at the top, and it's like, and they can enjoy from top to bottom, from front to back, the whole experience.
There you go. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool thing about it. And when I saw that Coal Mine was making these records in 45s and stuff, and I was like, wow, this is so amazing. And I started buying a few of them, so I'm building my collection slowly but surely.
Oh, that's great.
Of the artists, Duran Jones and yours, and a couple other ones. And I was like, wow, this is so cool. And I started posting some of them on Facebook as well. And those are so amazing that you have brand new music on vinyl. And I was like, man, this is pretty cool. I'm gonna keep on building my collection here.
That's great, man. I love hearing that. That's what it's all about, man. Like just people think like something happens and in your mind something clicks and you're like, oh, you know what? I really want to start collecting stuff more. It's great. I'm happy to hear it.
Now let's see. Last month we did, for the very first time on our station, we did I know it's out of the season already, but we did a Christmas countdown, which featured a lot of Christmas music, of course, from some of our Tejano artists, which is predominantly Spanish. And we actually featured your song "Heartbreak for Christmas" on there.
Oh, thank you.
Which actually came out on the top spot for the month for the countdown. So it came on number 1. So
wow! Thank you so much.
So I guess after tagging you, I guess your listeners must have went over there and voted for it, So, but it came in number 1 spot. So congratulations on that.
Our countdown. I'm honored. Thank you very much. That's really cool. That was a fun thing.
That was an original Christmas song.
Yeah, that was original. I wrote it in my studio. I was sitting down at the piano and, like I do, just started messing around and knew I wanted to write a Christmas song. And that one came together pretty fast. And it's funny, classic case of like, I was really digging it. And I was like, man, maybe this, I love Christmas music and I'm working on more for next year and whatnot. But at the same time, I was just like, damn, this song's dope. Like, maybe it shouldn't be a Christmas song. But then I was like, no. See, we need more quality, good Christmas music. So I was like, I'm going to go full. It's just one of those things where, like, certain songs, man, they just happen fast. Like, certain songs you kind of mold and shape and massage, and certain ones just kind of pour out of you. Yeah. And that was definitely one that just came together real fast, and I was really happy with it. And the reaction was great, man. It's hard nowadays to put out original Christmas music and to really get a lot of movement because they're really like you're throwing a a small rock into an ocean, to make a splash, because there's so much old great Christmas music from the 50s, 60s, 70s into obviously like the 90s when the Mariah Carey was, blowing up with her Christmas stuff and whatnot. So the fact that it got the reaction, and I even noticed on YouTube the other day that like people are still playing it, which is like amazing, because I'm like, man, Christmas has been over for almost a month now and people are still playing it, so that's a good sign. And they're coming in on the number 1 spot. That's a good sign.
Yeah. It's predominantly a Christmas song, but I mean it's different. It's out of the box. You wouldn't consider like a traditional Christmas song.
No, but that's
itself.
what I like. That's kind of what I'm doing with this project that I'm working on with Terry. Just to let people know that I was saying earlier, like it's a Christmas record. There's going to be a full, Christmas record by me this next Christmas. And that's kind of the vibe. Is like the holidays are great and everything. Like you get with your family, you see your friends, exchange gifts and whatnot. It's really great, but it's also can be a very tough time.
Yeah.
For, like you said, it brings up memories. Sometimes people do break up over the holidays because the New Year's coming, so they're like, oh, I want to start the year fresh. It reminds you of maybe past loved ones, or it's stressful. You spending extra money. Your kids want gifts. Just all that. Like, and it starts to get cold, more cabin fever, more winter blues and whatnot. So that was definitely like, I'm gonna write a classic kind of heartbreak song, but include, Santa Claus as the kind of the main character to make the Christmas thing. So, but that's gonna be the vibe of the whole record. It's not gonna be some holly jolly Merry Christmas. It's gonna be kind of a darker record.
Yeah.
In the sense of like, so it really fits to, because there's plenty of happy Christmas music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We need some more heartfelt, emotional Christmas music.
Something that actually relates to people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because not everybody's rocking around the Christmas cheery all year long.
That's what I mean. It could be a tough time for people. Sometimes some people don't like Christmas because of the fact that it's stressful and you know what I mean. Everybody's talking about buying presents, and maybe you don't have that extra cash, or you got to pay extra money for the heating bill because it's cold. Like, who knows? There's definitely like I said, for the fact of you get to see family and be around people is a beautiful thing. But Christmas is it's not all fun for everybody.
Nice. Well, it was an excellent track. I love the song and everything. And
Thank
we're
you,
gonna
man.
every
Thank you for playing it.
No problem. And every year from here on out, we're gonna have it in our Christmas rotation and stuff. During the holidays. So when we have
that's dope. Well, thank you very much. I really do appreciate you supporting the music.
No problem at all. Now you're getting ready to set sail overseas for a European tour.
Yeah, I'm leaving in about 10 days, flying out to Paris, starting the tour. It's about 5 weeks long. We do almost 30 shows, 9 countries: Switzerland, Belgium, France, Netherlands, Spain, Ireland, the UK, England, London, England, Portugal. So yeah, man, we're gonna be doing a lot. I'm gonna be doing a lot of traveling next month.
Now, is the music like real big over there for soul and R&B?
Yeah, people really do. They love soul music. They love R&B. They have a good knowledge of the music and the history of the music pertaining to obviously older artists who are popular. But yeah, man, they really dig on it, and they're good music fans. They appreciate it. They're very respectful, and I'm excited. I've been over there a lot with Monophonics, but this is my first time going over by myself as Kelly Finnegan. So I'm anxious and excited.
Are you nervous?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, if you're not nervous, then something's wrong with you.
Yeah, for real. At least you care when you're nervous.
Oh, definitely, man. I want it to go well. I'm nervous for all the right reasons. I want it to be a success, and I want people to really walk away feeling like they love the show and they were happy they bought a ticket. Anybody who is willing to put down their money and give up the time to come see me play music is like, I want to make sure they walk away and feel fully satisfied and happy.
Nice. So if anybody wants to get you for an event or book you for an event, where can they get a hold of you at?
You can hit me up at Kelly Finnegan at iCloud.com. That's the connection for the email, or you can hit up the folks at Coal Mine Records, Terry or Bob, or you can hit up my booking agent. But it's fine. You can just hit me up at iCloud, or if, you see me on Facebook or Instagram, anything like that. Feel free to shoot me a message. Hit me up.
Nice. So, as far as music goes, what are you looking forward to this year?
You mean my own music or in general?
Well, your own music first.
Well, I'm looking forward to the tour. That's going to be, like I said, very exciting. It's a lot of travel, and I'm going to go to a lot of great places. Some places I've been before, but a lot of places I've never been, so that's exciting. And I'm really excited to put out this Monophonics record on Coal Mine. That comes out March 13th. And that's full of, full of soul music, but it's also got some psychedelic rock and 60s kind of pop influence, and it's kind of its own brand of soul music.
Nice.
And then I got another kind of thing coming out in the spring, but I can't really talk about it yet. Like I said, I'm working on the record with Terry for the Christmas record. That'll come at the end of next year, and I'll definitely be dropping, another Kelly Finnegan 45 towards the end of the year. So that'll happen. That's some stuff that I did that didn't end up on my record. And then, like I said, I'm out here in Nashville working with a great band called Ron Royale. They're going to release a single in the spring that we're just finishing up today, and working with other bands. Not all soul music, I produce all types of music. So it's not everything I'm going to be doing is straight up soul or R&B. Some of it's like a little more funk, a little more pop. So yeah, there's definitely lots of music coming out this year. So I'm definitely looking forward to sharing that with the folks.
Nice. Any plans to come out here to Texas?
I'll be out in Texas with Monophonics for South by Southwest. Unfortunately, I won't be doing any Kelly Finnegan shows, but I mean, if you enjoy my records and my music, come on out, check out a Monophonics show. I'm pretty confident people will enjoy it. It's quality songs.
Nice. Good
band, good vibe, and it's definitely soulful.
Nice.
So, yeah, man, I'll be out there. We hit a festival in Houston, and obviously we'll be in Austin, but unfortunately I don't have any plans to come out there on my own. I would love to, because I know there's a great scene, a lot of music lovers out there in San Antonio and in South Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I would love to come out there, but it probably wouldn't happen till later in the year that can swing that. I'm going to be pretty busy on the road promoting this new Monophonics record.
Nice. Well, thank you so much for being on the show. Congratulations on everything. The music is great. Like I said, the album is great. The Christmas single that you had out, I'm looking forward to hearing the Monophonics when that comes out as well. And
thank you, man. I appreciate you playing the records and inviting me on the show and just showing love towards myself and the music. I don't take it for granted. I really appreciate it.
Nice. And you're welcome. And also shout out to Coal Mine Records. They're doing an excellent job with the artists.
Terry and Bob, intern Matt, Whitney, everybody. I'm forgetting everybody's names. There's a whole crew, Erica. There's a whole crew of amazing people working very hard to make sure that you get those records. And of course, shout out to all the great artists on Coal Mine. Durand and Blake and Aaron, all the guys from Durand Jones Band and The Invitation, Gil Francis, Ghost Funk Orchestra. Man, there's so much good stuff on Coal Mine. I'm really, it's a pleasure to be on such a quality label.
Nice. And if anybody wants to check these guys out, there's a playlist on Spotify that's Coal Mine Records. They got I don't know how many songs, probably about 40, 50, 60 songs that are on that list.
Most definitely, at least, I'm going to guess almost 100, honestly.
Yeah, pretty much. And they're always adding new music to it. I know Kelly's on them, Monophonics, you got Durand Jones, you got all these other great artists that are on there as well.
Yeah, Ben Pirani, who's also a great soul artist, and people love soul music. Ben Pirani he's got a new 45 coming out. And Ronaldo Domino has a new 45 coming out. And he's old school Chicago soul. Like, he was putting out 45s in the 60s, so make sure you people check that out.
Yes, and we're looking. Hopefully we get to see Durand Jones. I know he's coming to San Antonio at the
Yeah,
end
I know
of
they've
the
been
month.
there a few times. Those guys, man, they can't be stopped. They're
No.
on a big roll, and I love seeing them, man. Good
Yes.
guys, talented guys, sweet guys. So very happy for them.
But everybody go out there. Make sure you guys check it out on Spotify. Check out Kelly Finnegan, the Monophonics on Spotify. And everybody can buy vinyl 45s,
Yes.
33s. Go to coalminerecords.com. If you can't find them there, I'm pretty sure they have them on Amazon. You can buy them there as well.
Yeah, Amazon, anywhere. Discogs, DustyGroove.com is a great record store out of Chicago that ships out a lot of records. I mean, also, go to your record store and encourage them to, to reach out to Coal Mine and get an account going, because then you'll get all those releases. And, I know it's another big year in 2020 for Coal Mine. So if you have a record shop that you like, go to your record shop, man, and tell them, hey, you need to get hip. Get this Coal Mine Records in here. That's going to keep the vinyl movement going with the shops flourishing, because as we see, as things change, like a lot of people want to buy things online, which is cool. I understand it. But going to that record store and supporting your local shop and buying the records from them that's big.
There you go. All right. Well, thank you so much for being
Thank
on the
you,
show,
Juan.
man. We
Yeah,
appreciate
man.
everything. We're looking forward to seeing you one day, hopefully.
I hope so too, my friend. I hope we can sit down and have a drink.
There you go. And if anything you need from us, just let me know. I'm a phone call away or a message away, and we'll be happy to help you guys out.
Thank you very much, my man. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday.
All right, you too. And
I know this is pre-taped, but enjoy the rest of your day.
there you go. There you go. And just have fun out there in Tennessee, working and stuff. And
Thank you.
just try to stay out of the crazy weather.
I definitely will, man, and I hope the Texans come out on top of it.
All right. Hopefully, we'll see what happens.
Hopefully, man. Would that mean they go to the Super Bowl?
No, they still got one more round. That'll be the
Okay.
AFC championship.
The championship.
There you go.
Okay. Well, I hope it goes well, brother.
All right, no problem. Let's see. We're gonna go ahead and play one of your tracks. Is I Don't Want to Wait, for everybody out there to check it out. But we want to thank you so much, Kelly, for everything that you're doing and bringing that style back, man. That's awesome.
Thank you, my friend. I appreciate you playing the records.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Kelly Finnegan right here in the MCR radio show, and this is latest off his album I Don't Want to Wait, right here on the MCR radio show. Turn it up. right, the soulful sounds of Kelly Finnegan, Coal Mine Records, I Don't Want to Wait. Make sure you guys pick it up. It's an awesome, awesome album right here. All right, we're going to leave you with one more. But before we do, we're going to give a big shout out to our troops around the world. God bless you guys. Y'all get home safe and sound. Be safe out there. God bless all of our troops. Salute to all of our troops out there. God bless you guys. God bless everybody else. Y'all be safe. Have a great day. And we'll see you next time right here on the MCR Radio Show. We're going to leave you with Kelly Finnegan and Catch Me, I'm Falling. See you later.
Broadcasting around the world on the World Wide Web. This is your number one internet radio station.
MCR Radio, the People's Station.
Lila Lisa Promotions is your number one source for getting your music heard on the air. For the last 7 years, Lila has been distributing artist music to over 50 affiliates across the United States and Mexico. So if any artist wants their music heard on AM, FM, or internet radio, send your MP3 files, bios, and photos to Lila Lisa at lilalisa@gmail.com. That's lilalisa@gmail.com. Lila Lisa Promotions, your number one source for getting your music heard on the air.
Thanks, Mo.
I'd like to say thank you on behalf of the group and ourselves, and I hope we pass the audition.